I'm going to import some meshes to make them match a prefab that we already have. So here's the floor. I'm going to reset everything to 0. I've opened a new scene. Ooh, that's not good. Alright, it already has a scale. That's not good, in my personal opinion. But I am certainly going to reset the position. So there's our normal floor. Here's a floor tile I want. So first thing we're going to do is make it match. Let's get the height first. So we're obviously going to have to do some stretching here. So that's pretty good there. Pretty good there. A little bit off on the right. Alright, good enough. So it's similar now. The transform's very ugly, but that's okay. So I'm going to go to my prefab folder. So here's my floor tile prefab. Well, it's not a prefab. In the hierarchy, it's a game object. I have to make a prefab, so I drag it over here. However, it has a really ugly transform. So we're going to fix that. We'll delete the word container out of here later, but it's good to think of it as a container. So we could, just to make sure, delete this out of... Come on. And this is the one we just made. I just said... Uh-oh. Ah. Delete that. Here's the one we just made. Oh, son of a... Guess I'll realign it. So... I should preface all my work by... I've never done any of this before. A couple days ago. Alright, good enough. So this empty one needs to be reset as soon as you bring it in. So I'm going to drag floor tiles into the container. This is the prefab I really want right here. Let's just make it invisible for now. So there's our original floor right here. We'll drag in this container object. So it's exactly where we want it when its transform is zeroed. I call that the identity transform. Position 0, rotation 0, and scale of 1. Alright, so it looks pretty good here. So that's our floor container prefab we have right here. And it has 0 transform. And you can check it out. This is where your mesh renderer should be, and all your ugly transform information should be right over here. So I obviously had to change position and the scale. You don't want your parent transformation to have any scale or position or rotation on it if you can help it. I need a collider. I'm making a mobile, so I'm going to go ahead and do physics box collider. Now the flatter the better. That'll be pretty good. I could drop it down a tiny bit if I want to, but this will be good enough for us. So my box collider is on here. Alright, we're going to go back Open up the main scene. Sure. So here's my main spawner. Check it out for a second here. Ba-ba-ba. So this is the one I made before. So everything looks all right here, but what I'm going to do, I'll put the original one in. Prefab, floor. Here's the original prefab. So I'm going to drop floor. And then hit play. Pause. So there's where the floor should be, obviously. So now I'm going to take that floor out and put it in the container that I just made. Floor container. So that's the one I want. Drop it in there. Hit play. Should be perfect. Oh, I wasn't expecting it to work out perfectly like that. Alright. Wonderful. So let's pretend that it doesn't. I really wasn't expecting that. Alright. So what happens if it's off? So I'm going to screw it up on purpose. So obviously I fell through the floor, it's off. So what I need to do is drag them over, and I'm going to show you where to do that. This one is nice because it has a, now if you look, I am on the floor tile mesh component, not the container, not the empty parent. So I'm going to go to the parent, and what I want to do is find the one that has the nicest coordinates because I'm not particularly good at arithmetic. So this one should be 0, 0, 0. And obviously it's not in the right spot. So instead of dragging the container, I'm dragging the child object to where I want it. So I'm going to drag it over here. Now I already played the game and I'm pausing it now and I'm looking at the scene because I needed it to be laid out. So it's easier to do this underneath. Now where did this come from? This came from 002. So we're going to line this up as best we can here. May want to make sure there's not a little gap right there if possible. Pretty good. Alright, so let's pretend this is perfect. Perfect enough. Alright, so it was something like 002. So now I have to do a tiny bit of math. What I want it to be, this x is so it was 2 before, and I want it to be negative 3.067. So I think negative 5.067 is what I need. And I'm going to do it all down here. Alright, I believe when you change a prefab, I changed a prefab, nothing in the, I mean I did change something in the hierarchy, but that is all reset. But prefab changes should be retained. I'm on the underneath the maze. Oh, son of a floor tile. Alright. Alright, we're halfway there. So I'm going to go ahead. What do we need to change? A Z? Alright, obviously a Z is wrong. So let's figure out where we need to be. Maybe that's the number we need. Bum, bum, bum. So I changed in the prefab again, don't screw up the container. Container is perfect, beautiful. All the ugliness is down on the floor tile child object. Look at that. Perfect maze. Everybody's happy. All right. Now we just have to massively reduce the polygons. Thank you for watching.